Hello.
Hey, welcome back to this week's vid. Thanks for tuning in. Got an exciting one for you this week.
Is it?
What are you starting with?
I'm doing a little haul for our shop. Got some really nice new little bits, including actually this cute cardigan.
Sexy AF. I am going to tell you about this new bourgeois middle class health craze that's sweeping the nation.
And then what? And then I have 3 amazing book recommendations for you.
And then I'm going to finish on my top secret project. Oh, that's so exciting. I know
it's quite a good project, actually.
It's an amazing project, and I'm sort of devastated about it, but hang on till the end and you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, enjoy the show and we'll see you at the end. In last week's video, I tried not to make much of an effort, and I really enjoyed making the video. So I'm going to try again this week, not to make much effort, if you don't mind. I'm just going to keep it cash AF. I'm so down with the kids. So yeah, this week just expect mediocrity. That's what I always say to Hannah anyway when she comes to bed, and it's every other Tuesday. Expect the worst, and then if it's in any way tolerable, then that's a bonus, you know.
We have some new pieces coming into our online shop, Grace&Ashes, for autumn winter. I love them, so I thought I would do a Grace&Ashes haul. Got some really nice bits for Christmas presents, got some cute little cardigans, one of which I'm wearing and I haven't stopped wearing since I got it. It's so soft and comfortable and I love it. First up, I have this really lovely ring holder. I absolutely love this. It has taken pride of place in my office at the moment, which is saying something because I'm going through a minimal phase in my office. But yeah, I absolutely just think this is so cute. I don't think you could go wrong with this as a Christmas present. Another hand, this time it's an incense holder. How lovely is that? I just think it's one of those things that you would never go off. Next, I have a couple of like decor pieces. You know I love my macrame, always got macrame up in my office, and I've got this cute little shelf. And you hang it on the wall, and then like so, and then you can pop just a couple of little bits on it, like a little plant or a candle or a book or something. Yeah, I just think it's like really sweet, softens up the room a little bit. Next up, another little decor piece. This, I don't even know what you would call this. A mobile, I guess, like an adult mobile. But yeah, it's like little suns and half moons, and I just really like this. I'm really into the phases of the moon and just the seasons right now. So I just thought this is a really nice, like earthy piece to pop in a room. It's interesting to look at, and yeah, I just really liked it. And then finally, I have a few little jumpers to pop on there. One I'm wearing, and I actually liked this so much that I got it in the cream as well. It's really soft, it's quite fitted. I just love the colour, I love the fabric, I love the ribbed effect on there, and just the like dainty buttons. And then this one I love it so much. This is like a little ballet wrap cardigan. It's quite a thick fabric. I can't wait to wear this to like a bar class or Pilates or something as like a little cover up to and from class. I just think it's so sweet, and I always loved wearing these when I was a kid and I did ballet classes, and I've always wanted one as an adult and never got one. So yeah, I just think this is such a lovely like autumn winter jumper. And then lastly, I have a nice little classic cardigan. I love the black button detailing. Can't go wrong with a nice biscuit coloured cardigan, I don't think, this time of year. It's like the perfect autumnal little number. And yeah, that's it. That's some of the new collection. I'm going to link the shop down below in case any of you are interested, and I am going to go and take the product shots of these now to put on the website. So they're all live.
If you were to go to West London and were to walk into a reformer Pilates class, I can pretty much guarantee you'd see most of the women with these yellow stickers on their triceps. It's this thing called Zoe. It's like this health craze that's like sweeping the middle class. I decided to do it, to sign up to this Zoe thing. I thought I could give you a quick review of it. I did it for two reasons. One, content, and two, I've got a couple of friends who've done it and they think it's a really good thing. So I thought, well, I might as well do it. So this is how it works. Firstly, you spend about £300, and for that you get this big yellow box, and in that box are 4 smaller boxes. The first box is a finger prick test for taking blood samples. In the second box is it's like a hammock that goes over your toilet, and you poo on the hammock, and then you've got to scoop out a bit of your poo and send it off to Zoe to analyse. Okay, poo sample is done. What's next? And in the third box, you've got a load of muffins, but not nice muffins, like muffins that taste like grief. And in the final box, you've got your blood glucose monitor, which is that yellow sticker that you have to stick to the back of your arm. Hannah, could you do it? I can't do it. Ah! Nah, it's got a big fucking needle in it.
Okay.
Just press that in.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Take a big breath in.
Oh, it's fine. It was fine. Could you now cover it up with that, please?
Ooh.
No, this is my criticism. My first criticism of this thing is that
the branding.
Is that I'm not a bloody. Not the branding's good, but I'm not a billboard. So the first thing I had to do was attach that bloody blood monitor thing to the back of my arm, and it hurt like hell. Not when it went on, that didn't hurt too much, but just having this needle perpetually like piercing my arm hurt. And my friend said it didn't hurt, but I reckon they're just trying to be tough guys. But I've got nothing to prove, so I can be honest. I ended up having to take it off a couple of days early. You're supposed to wear it for 2 weeks. I couldn't quite make it. Just I was sitting on the couch like, this hurts too much. Had to take it off. Anyway, what that does is it's constantly tracking my blood sugar. You have to log everything that you're eating into the Zoe app. You're talking every crumb, every olive, every crisp, every time you nick one of your kids' chips, it all has to go into the Zoe app. You have to log everything in there. And what that's doing is it's analysing what's going on with your diet and what's going on with your blood sugar to give them a picture of like how you're metabolizing certain foods. Then they want a sample of your poo, so you do this poo in a hammock and you give them a sample of that. And then after that you have to like fast for a few hours, and then you have these disgusting tasting muffins which taste like, oh, they are the rankest thing you can imagine eating. The muffins are basically drier than Gandhi sandal, so you're gonna need to have a big pint of water next to you while you eat them. You definitely need to microwave them for a few seconds first, just to kind of give them a bit of warmth. There's basically no moisture in them at all. Okay, here goes. Oh man. Come on. Oh, they're so bad, it's giving me a headache eating them. You then do a finger prick test and then send them a sample of your blood. And then once they got all that data, they collect all that data, and in a couple of weeks you'll get your report. They break it all down to 4 things: blood sugar control, blood fat control, your diet assessment, and your microbiome score. Anyway, now it gets interesting, because now in the app I can actually look at what every specific food is doing to my body. Sausages and cornflakes and marshmallows are 0, 0 being the worst. Avocados and almonds, they're like 100, which is the best. So I can really have a macro understanding of like what foods are really good for me and what foods are really bad for me. So instead of like thinking, oh well, I should probably eat that because apparently it's good for you, I now know specifically what foods are good for me, and that is really helping shape my diet and my choices of what food I eat and don't. The whole thing is made so it's completely idiot proof. Like you don't even have to think when you're doing this stuff. It's all just laid out so simplistically. It can border patronizing at times, but I'd rather it patronizing me than be bamboozling. So you can go quite granular with it. You can go in and do loads of tests and challenges, but I'm just like, just take my data, tell me what I should be eating and drinking, and then just like leave me alone. So what I'll probably do is I'll cancel this subscription now, because I now know what foods to be eating, what not to be eating. So do I think it's worth it? I personally think it's worth it. It's completely changed the type of food that I'm eating. It's meant that now I feel like more energized for longer periods of the day. I never have any crashes anymore. I'm just energized from when I wake up to when I go to bed. And that's all because I'm just putting really good food in my body. Basically, I'm living on lentils and black beans. I don't like having the big yellow sticker on my arm. I hate the idea of like paying to advertise a brand. Actually, that's pretty much what I'm doing now, isn't it? Damn you, Zoe. The app gives you loads of recipe ideas, and what I was really surprised about, all the things that I really should be eating and all the high scoring kind of meals that they have in there don't involve meat. Like a lot of it is just like, you know, black beans and lentils and things like sauerkraut and stuff like that. So that kind of makes me a bit sad, because I adore chicken. And you know, from 0 to 100, chicken breast for me is 60. So it's just above, thank God, the no-go zone, which I consider to be 50 or 0. Basically, I just don't eat anything now that's under 50. I was really surprised to see that like cornflakes are 0 basically, and so is boiled sweets, marshmallows, all the stuff that's delicious basically is 0, and all the stuff that's rank is 100. But yeah, anyway, I'm off to cry into some lentils. So yeah.
I have read 3 really good novels over the last 2 weeks, and so I thought I would share them with you because it took me a really long time to find some good novels again. I feel like I had this gap where I just hated everything I was reading, but I finally found 3 really good ones. So I'm going to share them with you. They're all on my Kindle. First one is Talking at Night by Claire Daverley. This is one of those books that at the beginning I was like, where is this going? And then you kind of realise that you follow the characters through like a few decades of their lives, and so you feel like you really settle into the characters and the love story, and I feel like it's like Sally Rooney but better, and it's definitely going to get made into a film. The second one is Watching Women and Girls. It's by Danielle Pender. This one is short stories. I love short stories, and these are all really kind of like quirky, dark, but relatable stories about women and girls in different scenarios, in different stages of their lives. I really enjoyed it, didn't want it to end. Would probably read it again actually, and I think I want to buy the hard copy as well. That's how much I liked it. The third one is Fault Lines by Emily Itani, and this is a novel about a Japanese housewife, and we kind of follow her life. She ends up having this relationship with a man who isn't her husband, and we kind of follow them around Japan, and I've never read anything before that was set in Japan. I don't know why, it just hasn't really been on my radar ever, but I really enjoyed this. I had to look up a few of the words because some of them obviously are Japanese, or it's like Japanese for a restaurant or food or something, and I didn't know what they were, so I had to look some things up. But it did really make me want to go to Japan as well. I feel like they painted the scene of the city really well, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Again, she was quite a dark character, and that's something I realised is like a theme in all of the novels that I enjoy. There has to be like this little evil female in there. Don't know what that says about me. But yeah, those are 3 books that I've really enjoyed the last couple of weeks. Let me know if you have any recommendations based on these. I would love you forever if I find something similar to these. I have a book group on my Amazon storefront, so all the books that I really enjoy and that I mention on Instagram or here, they go in that group. So I'm going to link that down below in case any of you want to go and check out that little page.
This little guy right here, I bought him probably about a year and a half ago. He is an NFT. Well, he's not an NFT. He's a tangible representation of the NFT that I own. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, I know. They were all the rage for a while. Everyone had NFTs. Everyone had their own range of NFTs. Paris Hilton had them. Melinda Trump had them, Donald Trump had them, even my mate down the road who sells samosas, he's got his own range of NFTs. WAGMI, they would say within the NFT community, which is an acronym for We're All Gonna Make It. Well, it turns out nobody did make it. The market spectacularly crashed, not just the NFT market, but the whole crypto market, and a lot of people lost a lot of money, and it turns out now that 95% of people's NFTs are completely worthless. 23 million people are holding on to worthless investments. I'm one of those people. I bought a JPEG of a lizard. I thought it was going to make me a millionaire, and well, it did the opposite. So why on earth would you pick that scab, Stef? Well, I'll get to that, but firstly, I need to introduce you to somebody. If you have young kids, you probably already know who this is, but this guy is called Rob Biddulph. Rob is a multi-award winning best-selling author and illustrator from London. Tom Hardy, literally Bane from Batman, has read one of his books on CBBC.
There are 2 things that monsters like to disguise themselves as. One of them is obvious, teachers, right? I don't even need to tell you that. I don't even need to tell you. But the other thing that monsters love to disguise themselves as, parents.
It was about a year ago when Rob set up this initiative called Draw with Rob, twice weekly draw-along videos designed to help parents whose kids were forced to stay at home due to schools being closed down because of the disastrous lockdown initiative. It proved really popular. It got millions of views across the globe, global media coverage. It's been used as a learning resource by thousands of families across the globe, and it even won him a Point of Life award from the Prime Minister himself. Anyway, let me introduce you to his biggest fan. Rufus, who is your hero?
Rob Biddle.
Rob even managed to get a Guinness World Record for the largest online art class, with 45,000 kids tuning in to draw along with Rob. These days, you'll find Rob touring the UK, signing books for his fans who come to see him in festivals and selling out theatres. So what does this famous illustrator and author have to do with NFTs? Well, now I'll tie it all together. Rob happens to be one of my friends. I met Rob through his younger brother, who I actually taught to snowboard. Anyway, in the height of the NFT craze, I messaged Rob and I said, listen, have you ever considered creating NFTs before? Because your illustrations are so cool, they would just transcend so well into this space. Not long after we spoke, we started to work on a project together. It was called The Odd Dogs.
Hello, I'm Rob Biddle, and I'd like to introduce you to my little friends. These are the Odd Dogs.
8,888 generative odd dogs drawn by Rob himself. 5 breeds of these odd dogs. We'd have chinchillas, Pomeranians, sausage dogs, obviously, French bulldogs, and pugs. And we were going to sell them for about $25 each. What that means is, for $25, you'd get to own a piece of Rob Biddle's unique digital art. But here's what made our project so unique. All the profits of this project would go straight to our partner, which was the National Literacy Trust. And the funds that the project made were going to be used to fund an initiative to get kids off their screens and get them drawing and writing. So just when we were about to launch this thing, literally like a week before, the whole market exploded. Everything tanked. What I'm hoping is that out of the ashes of this NFT space will rise a phoenix. Will rise a second wave of NFTs, and when it does, we'll be ready. We'll launch our project, we'll release the hounds. They're so beautifully drawn by Rob. I love them so much, and that's me being objective about it. They are just genuinely really cool NFTs. So it's such a shame that we can't launch them. But if you would like one, and if we can ever launch it, if we do ever launch this project, which I'm hoping one day we will be able to, then I want you to be the first to know. So we have an Instagram account for them called Odd Dogs NFT. I'll link it down below. Yeah, and follow that and I'll let you know if or when we finally get to launch this project and release the hounds. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, you can find all the links for everything we mentioned down below. So get clicking, get that finger clicking. Oh, okay, sorry. I hope you all have a wonderful week. See you all next week. Have a wonderful time being alive. And stay fresh.
See you next
Bye.